Hello everyone, welcome to Vidhigya Explained Series. Today's topic of discussion is India-Philippines Brahmos deal. So in this topic, we will discuss about the export deal, about the Brahmos missile, its capability, and the versions of Brahmos missile, and then we will also look at the probable questions from this topic. So about the deal. So it is the first export order for the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. So first thing is you have to know that Brahmos is a supersonic cruise missile. Supersonic cruise missile. This is first thing that you have to remember, that Brahmos is a supersonic cruise missile system. The Philippines has approved. Which country? The Philippines approved a $374.96 million. So deal of $374.96 million for the purchase of a shore-based anti-ship variant of the missiles from India. So another important thing is it's an anti-ship variant. So you can see here that is from this aircraft, from this missile system. This is the missile system. This is the ship. So you can see this is the anti-ship variant of the missile, which is brought from India and to be delivered to Philippines. It is a government to government deal. So in this slide, you have to remember that is a supersonic missile, the amount, anti-ship variant, and to the Philippines government. About the Brahmos missile, derives its name from the combination of names of Brahmaputra and Moscow River. So two rivers, Brahmaputra and Moscow River. Moscow River. This is in Russia. This is in India. So becomes Brahmos. Brahmos missile. So it is a joint collaboration between India and Russia to develop Brahmos missile. So they are designed, developed and produced by Brahmos Aerospace, a joint venture company set up by DRDO and Machino of Russia. So it is produced by Brahmos Aerospace. Brahmos Aerospace is a company producing Brahmos missile, and it is a joint venture of DRDO and Machino of Russia. So you have to remember this, which are companies involved in this, and then you have to remember Brahmaputra River and Moscow River. And from the name of these two rivers, the name of Brahmos missile is derived. Now it is a two-stage missile with a solid propellant booster as the first stage and liquid ramjet as the second stage. So you have to remember there are two stages. First is solid propellant, and another is second one is liquid ramjet. So ramjet is a type of engine. So there are multiple types like ramjet, scramjet. So these engines are used depending upon the speed. Like there are supersonic, hypersonic. So you do not have to go into detail about this engine. So you just have to remember for it has two stages. One is solid propellant, another one is a liquid ramjet. Now we'll discuss about the capability of Brahmos. Brahmos missile flies at a speed of 2.8 Mach. So it is speed of 2.8 Mach, which is almost 3x speed of light, speed of sound. So this is important. This can be asked directly in your exam. So the speed is 2.8 Mach. It is the main weapon system of Indian Navy warship. So it is also used in Indian Navy warship and has been deployed on almost all of its surface platforms. An underwater version is also being developed. Underwater version, that is for submarine version, is also being developed, and it will not only be used by submarines of India, but will also be offered for export to friendly foreign nation. So there are three variants. One is air variant, land variant, and water variant. So three variants are there. As you can see, a missile is carried at the belly of the aircraft. This is Sukhoi 30. Then land system, and it can be delivered from sea or water. So there are three versions of Brahmos. So you have to remember this. Now, speed, 2.8 Mach, weight 2.5 ton, and strike range of 290 kilometer. So we have discussed this. And for Philippines, it is an anti-ship, that is water based. That anti-ship missile is being given, exported to Philippines. So versions we have discussed, the version of Brahmos that are being tested have an extended range of around 400 kilometers. So original range is 290 kilometer, but now Brahmos Aerospace is testing advanced version of Brahmos missile, which can have a range of around 400 kilometers. So this one is under testing, and this is the initial range as compared to initial range of 290 kilometer, with more versions of higher range currently under development. Various versions, including those which can be fired from land, warship, submarine, Sukhoi 30 fighter jet, have already been developed and successfully tested in the past. So there is continuously development and testing happening so as to extend range, so as to make them more precise. The earliest version of ship launched Brahmos and land-based system are in service of Indian Navy and Indian Army since 2005 and 2007. So Indian Navy and Indian Army. So Indian Navy since using it since 2005, and Army it is in 2007. So Air Force also, it is under process, test under process. So we have this. So in this topic, you have to remember following things. That is the cost, rivers, that Brahmaputra and Moskova River, then Philippines. There are three variants: land, water, air, and then you have to also remember speed at 2.8 Mach, and then you have to remember that submarine version is also under process. Submarine version also under process, and Indian organization which is responsible for production is DRDO. So this is the basic information that you have to remember. And the cost is $374.95 million. So this is all you have to remember. Now, one thing that I would like to tell you about what is cruise missile. So there are two types of missile. That one is cruise missile, and then there is hypersonic. So this hypersonic missile follows the path of projectile motion. So when it is launched, it goes like this, and then it comes like this. So this is the projectile motion. This is the motion of hypersonic missile. And when it comes to cruise missile follows a path of straight line. So when it launches, it goes straight and strikes. So this is the difference between cruise missile and hypersonic missile. Also, Brahmos missile is important because it flies very low near to the ground, flies very low, that is very near to the ground. That's why it is very difficult to detect Brahmos missile, and it is a cruise missile. So I've told you everything about this. So that's all for the session. It's time for G quiz. So Brahmos is developed by India in partnership with which country? Russia, USA, Australia, Philippines. The correct option is Russia, that is DRDO and MHCET. So these two are responsible for joint production and development of Brahmos missile. Brahmos derived its name from the combination of names of which rivers? Our options are Brahmos, Moskva, Ganga River, both A and B. The correct answer is both A and B. So it is Brahmos, and Moskva River becomes Brahmos. So this is which Indian organization is responsible for production of Brahmos? ISRO, DRDO, Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, none of the above. The correct option is DRDO along with MHCET of Russia. So these two jointly produce Brahmos. Which version of Brahmos is exported to Philippines? So land, air, anti-ship, none of the above. So the correct answer is anti-ship. There are three versions currently: land, air, and water. So there are three versions, and Indian Army is using it since 2007, Navy since 2005, Indian Army and Air Force under process, induction under process. Now question 4, the initial range of Brahmos missile is how many kilometers? So the options are 290, 400, 250 kilometer, 350 kilometer. The correct option is 290. So initial range is 290, but currently the new advanced versions are under development, which can have a range of 400 kilometer. So you have to remember cost, version, speed, and then this is a cruise missile, partnership with Russia, name based on two rivers, Brahmaputra and Moskva, and exported to first export to Philippines. So this is all you have to remember, and that is the only thing that is important. That's the only thing important from your CLAT examination. So just remember this, and yes. So that's all for this session. Stay logical with Vidhigya, your best pal at CLAT Preps.